Today we're going to get brave and frame it up. Hi, it's Therese from Lostinpaper, and I've got a really fun project today to share with you using some Ellen Hutson products. These dies are awesome. They've been released by Ellen and they're called the Essential Rectangles. They also come in 3 other shapes. There's circles, squares and ovals. 2 really amazing things about these dies is you get both sizes within the one set. So each set contains 2 sets of dies, so the combinations are endless. The other amazing thing about these dies is that they actually cut a really fine frame around each die, so that means that you can do so many different things and get so many different looks with these dies. So I wanted to create like a 3D frame around my lion, and all I did basically was get a piece of jet black cardstock and put the dies in and out of each other until I was happy with kind of the width between each. I just eyeballed it. I could have made the frames wider or thinner, and see those little frames that are on the base there? That's the pieces that are cut out from the border when you actually die cut, so you can keep those and use them on another project. So I actually ended up with 3 different frames for my dies. Alright, now I've got a really sweet line. I stamped it in some tuxedo black ink on some Nina 80-pound cardstock and doing some really simple colouring with my Copics. And this is from a set that was designed by Brandy, and it's called Bravehearted, and for some reason I decided to colour my lion BG. I don't think I've ever seen a lion in this colour before, but I thought it'd be fun. I'm hopeless when I'm kind of colouring images in particular and animals and critters. I rarely stray from the plan. I rarely colour anything other than that, something that they would be in the real world. So for me, this is stepping out on a limb, and I really had a lot of fun creating this. So you should be able to see all the colours that I've used off to the side. I've just kept the caps there, and I haven't done any fancy colouring here, and basically just used the lighter and darker shades to get some different kinds of shading. I have some more cards at my blog that you can see using these same sets, and they're a lot of fun, and a couple of the lines that I have coloured in more real life tones. I don't know, is there more real life than BG? I think there must be. But you can head through the link below and see the other cards that I've made and projects. It's not all cards today. There's some other fun dies that are being released. So that link will be below, and I'll also link to the Ellen Hutson blog where you can see this full set of cards there. Alright, so this has a coordinating die, and I couldn't really see the edges very well. I don't know, I was pretty tired this day, so I wanted to make sure that I cut it out perfectly. So this is the trick that I use. I die cut a piece of scrap cardstock with the die that I want to use, a coordinating die, and attach that over top of my image until it's lined up perfectly. Then inlay the die like a jigsaw piece and tape it down temporarily, run it through my die cutting machine, and then I know it's going to cut perfectly. I did want to restamp this image and forgot to while it was in place. So what I've done here is add a piece of copy paper and adhered the image and the piece of white cardstock to that, and that'll just hold it in place while I restamp the image with my black ink to just sharpen those edges of my image. Now for the sentiment. It's fantastic, and it's from the new set by Brandy called It's All Good, and I've white heat embossed that on some bright orange cardstock. And I thought it'd be fun just to add a little bit of a white highlight with my pencils just at the base of the words, of the letters. And I'm right into circle sentiments at the moment, and this Essential Circle set from Heather came in so handy here. I actually cut it out twice. I cut it out of the orange cardstock around the sentiment itself, and then I did cut it again with the piece of white cardstock, and I wanted to frame the edge with that, so I just held that in place with some score tape, just some really thin score tape, and I did actually add that spare piece of, you know, the white circle die cut behind there just to give it a bit of stability, because I am going to pop this up on the front of the card. Now to all my frames I did add some fun foam with some tape and pop them all cascading 3D like around my line on the front of my top fold card, and then I just pop my line up and the sentiment, and my card is nearly done, but not quite. So I hope you love these bright colours together. There's some more inspiration, like I said, through the links below. And if you did like this video, please click on the thumbs up button. And if you haven't already, I would love it if you'd subscribe to my channel. I love all of your visits here, and I appreciate every comment that you make. I read every single one of them. Till next time, happy paper crafting. Bye.